Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 4 of Cables and Coffee. I'm Ross behind the camera here with Daryl, our lead engineer, who's going to be building a special cable for us today.
Yes.
What cable is this, Daryl?
Okay, so today we're going to do a Black Dragon premium cable for the HD800 series. So that'll cover your HD800, your HD800S, and your HD820.
820 is. Do you know are we building this cable for somebody in particular?
Yeah, we're building it for a customer. This is actually
What's his or her first name?
Dave. It's
Dave.
gonna go out to Dave.
So Dave, thanks for your order. We're gonna build your cable here live on YouTube. So let's roll the intro and then we'll get started. All right, so Daryl, what's the first step in getting this cable started?
Well, the first step is the coffee.
The coffee, that's right. So what coffee are you drinking today?
Today we have the McCafe Premium Roast. It's pretty good. It's nice and smooth.
I am also drinking the same thing, and it's got a certain, the aroma.
Mm-hmm.
It has a certain sweetness to it.
Yeah.
That I'm really digging. So I think we made a good choice today with the coffee.
It's very good. It's very good. All right, let's get started. So today we're going to start with a completely just bare cable. And
tell us a little bit about this cable.
This is the Black Dragon headphone cable. So we have 4 conductors, I believe 21 gauge.
Okay.
7N copper, 7N purity copper.
And that 7N is what? It's 99.99998. Or did I miss a 9?
Yeah.
There's a lot of
7.
nines.
Yeah, 7 nines, right? Is that
Very
right?
close to pure.
Yes.
If not pure. The most pure.
So here I'm just cutting off the jacket.
Yeah,
Nice
show us
sound
what
there.
that is a good sound. Get that close to the mic, Daryl.
Okay, there's only a little bit left. There we go. There we go.
Nice.
So that's just a protective jacket that exposes the braiding shield.
Okay.
The braided shielding. I should say. I'm just going to create a little pocket. I'm just going to clean up these pieces here. That exposes the foil shielding.
Oh, can you show us a little bit more of that?
Yeah.
So what's that? I assume that's made of aluminum, or is it something else?
I think it's aluminum, yeah. And it's just a foil shielding. It adds more protection against unwanted interferences.
Gotcha.
And that exposes our cable and the string. That helps fill the space as well as ensure even twist. And what we like to do here when we're doing our splits, we keep the natural twist of the wire. And then I'll start to add the heat shrink over top. Do 1 clear and 1 white per channel. The clear will be our positive, the white will be our negative. What I'm doing is I'm just twisting as I go along. Also ensures that I keep that nice twist.
If you're just now tuning into this 4th episode of Cables and Coffee, I'm Ross behind the camera here with Daryl, and we are building a Black Dragon premium cable. If you have any questions as to how this cable is built, let us know. We'd love to hear your questions. Just drop them in the chat below.
Awesome. So here I'm going to hold it, and heat it down. So here's what I was talking about with the natural twist of the wire. You can see the heat shrink down. It's the exact same twist that the cable started out as when it was jacketed. Let that set for a few seconds.
Just a quick note, we seems our audio was a little low when we started, so tried to turn that up. So thanks to some of our viewers who let us know that the audio was low. We'll try and keep that at a good level. Maybe ask Daryl to speak up just a little bit.
Yeah, sorry about that.
That's okay. We had a question from Cody Does Stuff asking new backgrounds.
Yes, so we're rearranging a little bit. I make things kind of more efficient for flow wise. Yeah, so
Got to keep things fresh and interesting,
yeah.
right?
Now
I
we
see
have
some headphones back there. Look like, what are some of those headphones? They look like I haven't seen some of those in a while or something.
Yeah. So we use these for our testing because every cable not only gets continuity tested with the tester box that I have. I can pull it and show you if y'all like to see it. But we also test with a headphone plugged into an amp.
Nice.
And do a little shake test.
Nice. So what are some of those headphones on the wall over there?
So I have the HD 700.
Oh wow.
An original 650 that has seen better days. The Odyssey GX.
Nice, the gaming one.
Yeah. And then a HD 600 that has also seen better days. Have the Mr. Speakers Aeon Open.
Is that the noir?
No,
Oh,
this
no,
is
it's
the
the blue
blue.
one.
So yeah, this is like the original version.
Yes.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And then we have a Focal Clear.
Ah, nice.
Still one of my favorites.
Some old favorites.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yep.
Well, we have Anthony asking what the tester box is, so we might have to bring that out later.
All right.
You don't have to bring it out yet.
Okay.
Maybe we bring it out when we can test.
Yeah, we can test the cable once we're
show you
done.
how that works.
Very good. Okay.
Thanks a bunch to Anthony for asking that question.
Yes, thank you. All right, so now we have our split. Now we just need to cover it. So I'll find my Dragon logo on the wire, and I want to bring this in line with it. I'm going to add a bead of glue. Set and cool.
Don't mind me, I'm just moving the camera a little closer to you.
All right. Oh, sorry.
Oh, that's fine.
So while that sets, I'll talk about this. So Dave wanted 3.5 as the amp in.
Okay.
So we have our 3.5 here. And with the premium cable, all 3.5s come with the Furatech Rhodium 1/4 inch adapter.
Nice.
And then here's our two HD 800 plugs over here.
Cool. So what's the difference? We actually had this question a second ago, I think. Let me see. Also from Anthony, what's the difference between premium and standard cables?
So the premium, we use upgraded plugs, mostly all Furatech premium plugs, and we use a different solder. So we use the Mundorf solder
Nice.
here. So it's a higher quality solder. It actually has gold and silver mixed in to the composition.
Nice. And so that also, and then also in terms of the connectors, you can get upgraded connectors, right?
Yeah.
With the premium cable.
Yeah, we'll use the upgraded connectors. Most of them are carbon fiber and Furatech
Gotcha.
plugs.
Very cool.
Yep. So now we're just gonna add our heat shrink.
Well, that's pretty satisfying sound.
Yeah. Got that one cool. Then we'll add the dragon logo heat shrink next.
Okay. Time for a sip of coffee, maybe?
Yeah. Third one of the day. It's only 10 a.m.
Let's see, we got... Oh, wait, someone was asking what cable we're building again. Can you just remind them real quick?
Yeah.
What cable
So we're building the Black Dragon Premium Sennheiser 800 series cable. This is getting a 3.5 amp in.
Nice. Thanks for your question, Matt, and no worries on getting your coffee. Glad you could join us.
Now, got my dragon again. Gonna line that up. That lines up in the center there, which will come in handy in a little bit. Alright, now we have our split done. Take these apart.
So tell us a little bit about what's inside that you just took out of those connectors.
Okay, so we have the end piece, which has a set screw.
Here, I'm actually going to pull this camera down so you can see a little closer.
Oh, okay. It has a set screw which we lock tight down onto the heat shrink of the split
Nice.
end. Has a little brass covering, and then our solder lugs right here. There's the 2-pin, very tiny. And then, of course, the very beautiful main housing with the carbon fiber.
Nice. Very cool.
Yep.
Set that up a little bit. There we go.
So we'll go ahead and terminate this end.
So Anthony was asking, what's the coffee? I think we're both drinking the same, which is McCafe.
Premium
the
roast.
Premium roast.
Yes.
Yeah, only which actually, didn't think about it. Premium cables, premium
Oh,
coffee.
there we go.
Wow.
Look
Didn't
at
make
that.
the connection until now. Thank you, Anthony. Thank
Yeah.
you. It's actually really good. I think I was saying earlier, I don't normally drink my coffee black, but I'm trying something new, and it has a certain natural sweetness to it that I kind of dig. So, at least I hope it's natural sweetness. We'll just act like it is.
Very true. Let me go grab.
Grabbing a tool. While Daryl's grabbing a tool, just if you're tuning in now, thanks a bunch for joining us for Cables and Coffee episode 4. We're currently building one of our Black Dragon premium cables live. So if you have any questions, please let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear from you and tell you about how we build our cables. Here, show us a little more what you're doing there, Daryl.
Okay, so I'm just stripping the ends.
Get a little closer to the camera if you don't mind. Sorry.
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah, just stripping the ends and I'm twisting them so don't have any stragglers. And then I'm gonna tend them. I know we went over that term last time, tinning.
Yeah, what does that come from? What does the term tinning come from?
Then we figure out it was from.
It might be from the actual element tin.
Yeah.
Maybe. Because you can technically solder with a lot of different elements, right? I mean, it can be any type of metal.
Yeah, it just has to be a low, low melting point, I'd imagine.
So I've heard of like lead soldering with like old cars. Obviously, you don't do that anymore, but
yeah.
Like, and I guess that probably has a pretty low melting point, but tin's probably a little healthier for everyone.
Yeah. Very true. And like last time with the Utopia, didn't we do a Utopia?
We did.
Yeah,
yes.
Silver Dragon.
Silver Dragon Premium for the last Cables and Coffee for the Utopia Focal. So if you want to go watch that video, that's episode 3. You can go watch that one after this live stream.
Mm-hmm. Oops, sorry, I had the camera.
That's all right. It's kind of right in your face, so no worries.
Sorry, need another tool.
That's okay. Let's go through, see if we have any questions. I'm not seeing any at the moment. Once again, please ask us any questions you have about our cable building process. We'd love to answer any questions you have. And if we can't answer them, we'll get them up the ladder to Drew Baird, our CEO and inventor of Dragon Cables, and we can answer them for you somehow, some way. So using those pliers is kind of something to hold that in place while you solder. Nice.
Yeah, so what's interesting is it's kind of perfect because this has a little notch there, which aligns with the notch in the clamp of the continuity testers. Yeah. So now I'm just gonna tin this. Very.
So a little closer here. Watch your head there, Daryl. You're good. Go for it.
Tiny little plug.
Yeah. Very delicate. So with those being so close together, like you don't want the solder to touch, right?
Correct.
Because then you would short it. So
that's the main reason I slid this little piece on, just like with the Silver Dragon.
Is that which little piece, the red one? Or
yeah, the red heat shrink.
Yeah.
I just slid that on, and that way it'll keep those two from touching. And yeah, you have to be very careful when you're doing these,
nice.
Because that solder can jump that little tiny gap. And then sometimes you can heat it up and pull the X-Acto knife through, and it'll separate it back out for you. But then, you're talking about extended time on the plug.
Yeah.
You can damage the plastic mold.
Got another question from Matt. He's asking, do you guys build your cables to order?
Yes. So pretty much every cable is built to order.
What would be the exceptions?
A few of our pre-molded USBs,
Yep.
and our IEM headphone
Pre-molded
ends.
ones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, pretty much every full-size cable is built to order.
Yeah, all the headphone
super
cables
custom.
are built
Yeah.
to order, so
Yeah.
and interconnects as well. So thanks for your question, Matt.
Yeah, it would be impossible to pre-make all the different possibilities.
There are so many options.
Yes.
I mean, you got length, of course. We can just about do any length you want us to do.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got, of course, the connectors on either end, and there's different ones for every end, for almost every headphone it would seem sometimes.
Yeah.
So many options.
I got those pulled up and separated. I'm just gonna heat those down real quick.
Here's a question from me. So let's say you buy this headphone cable, and you don't, or you get a new piece of gear, and you need a new amp in connector.
Yeah.
Do we make custom adapters?
We make adapters. We even have sometimes people, many years later, everything is still completely operable on the cable. They just need to change the amp pin. We can re-terminate it for you. We do offer that service as well.
Oh, so you can send it back to us, and we'll completely re-terminate the cable for you?
Yeah.
Nice, that's cool. So yeah, we can either re-terminate it, or we can make you an adapter, matching, Black Dragon, Silver Dragon, whatever adapter you want. Very cool.
So what I'm going to do now is get that Loctite like we talked about. And I will need to grab 2 set screws. Once again.
Lots of little tools involved. And with this new space, you're probably going to have to, you probably got them all over the place.
Yes. The good thing is, I tend to do stuff assembly line, so I'll sit down and solder for a while, and once I have enough of those, well, when I first get all the orders, right, so we lay them out, and then we'll lay out the cable, and then we'll lay out all the connectors associated with that.
Yeah.
And then we'll go ahead and solder for a while. When we have a backlog of that, we'll come up, start closing up the ends, glue, and then start heat shrinking them, get them to final. Then they go to the testing area. Everything gets tested at once, then it gets cleaned, and then final inspected, bagged, and good to go. And like I said, our testing process involves at least two different tests: a continuity box tester and testing with the headphones they connect to, and our interconnect connections. So, just gonna add, drop there.
I got another interesting question from Anthony asking, what does it mean on your site to hack your headphones?
Okay,
and
so
you know
this.
What? While you're starting to explain that, I'm going to go grab an example.
Okay.
So
awesome.
Talk away, Daryl.
Okay. So it was more common back in the day when a lot more headphones were hardwired. We would have people send in their headphones, and we would open them up, re-hardwire your cable with our cable, then close it back up. So an example of this would be Grado. Grados are still all hardwired. The original Fostex TH900 and 600 were hardwired. So that's kind of where Hack Your Headphones came, and it's a cool saying, so we kept it around, even though it's less common now with detachable cables. So I just did the Loctite for the set screw. So this connector is not going anywhere.
All right, I'm back. Got a little bit of an example here that Daryl can talk about. I went and grabbed the Grado RS1X.
Yes. Yeah, as I was saying, Grado is still a big example of the Hack Your Headphones. So we're authorized by Grado and been trained by Grado to do this. So yeah, we'll just
give a brief overview of what you can do.
Yeah, so the drivers are glued in. We've been taught how to properly pop them out, and then that'll expose the back of the driver where we can put our cable in, secure it so you can't pull it out, and break the solder joint. Resolder to the driver, close it back up, glue it back up. It's good to go.
And then it has your favorite Dragon cable. Now here's another kind of follow-up. So you said that you could do like a hardwired cable.
Mm.
Could you install a detachable plug on those, or is there not room for it?
Yes. So it comes down to the different Grado models
Gotcha.
about how thick this cup is right here, because we do want to secure it on the other side with a locking nut.
Yeah.
But we do detachable 800 mods.
Oh, there you go.
Yes. With Grados as well.
Nice. Very cool. Here, I'll take that back from you.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for showing us that, Daryl.
Yeah.
And thanks for your question, Anthony.
Yeah. So now I'm just going to add some glue around. Let that set for a second. Get this 3.5 ready.
If you're just now joining us, welcome to Cables and Coffee, a series here at Moon Audio where we show you how we make our cables live. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask them in the chat section wherever you may be watching, and we'll do our best to answer them.
So all I was doing there was opening this hole for the ground connection.
Gotcha, okay.
Using an X-Acto blade as a drill.
OSHA would be proud. Right?
Yes, yeah, it was a little close there. So it's fine. I need to grab some heat shrink.
I specifically asked Daryl to not get anything ready for this cable build today because I want to see the full process, everything involved. So my apologies if I'm requiring you to run around.
No, it's fine. Like I said, in the assembly process, all the heat shrink would be done at once on multiple cables. So
Gotcha.
it's easier to go and grab a bunch of heat shrink, bring it back, and put it on there appropriately. Stretching these out. Let's see if we can get a cool sound. Sometimes you can hear it.
Nothing.
Nothing? Okay. Must be the bigger stuff.
You got to do the solder stuff for us though.
Okay.
At one point.
Yeah. So, when I was doing the split, I said that it would come in handy later to line that dragon head up in the middle of the split. So if we go back to it, just like with the silver dragon, if we follow the dragon's nose, there's our right.
Nice.
Right here. Because like I said, when it's setting,
here, let me get the camera so they can see that view better.
Yeah. So when it's setting here, the dragon will be facing out, and then there's right, and then the one hanging down is left.
Nice.
So I'll grab our right labeled heat shrink. Sorry.
That's all right.
I want that glue. I want to heat up the connector so that glue goes down in there. It gives us that good shape. And also provides a good strain relief.
Yeah. Got another question from Matt. Thanks a bunch, Matt, for your questions. It says, can you discuss from a sound signature perspective why one would want to switch to the Black Dragons versus the factory provided cables?
So with the 800 series, which I have a love-hate relationship with, I could say, they're a little too.
Is it analytical or bright?
Yeah. too analytical, too much presence on the treble end for me.
Yeah.
Because I have a little bit of hearing damage up at there, and so cymbals and stuff can get a little headachy.
Yeah.
But the Black Dragon definitely calms that down.
Yeah,
Not to the
softens.
point where I would still call the HD800 series one of my favorite headphones, but it definitely
helps
makes
a little
it.
bit.
Yeah.
Gives it kind of softens the top end a little bit.
Yeah, and gives them more presence in the lower end.
Yeah. Nice. Thanks a bunch for your question, Matt.
Yes.
He says he's a Cardis Clear guy, so sound signature is an important quality that I look for.
Oh, very, very cool.
We are right there with you.
All right. Let's work on this 3.5 then.
Here, show us a little more about that.
Okay.
Nice. Try and get it a little closer too.
Might need another tool.
The tools have all moved around. If you are just now joining us, happen to be joining us, this is Cables and Coffee, and this might be our last time I remind you, but if you have any questions about how we build our cables, we are building a cable live right now. So if you have any questions, please drop them in the chat box. We'd love to hear from you, hear your questions on how we build our cables, and we'll do our best to answer them.
I'm just taking away these shieldings and the filler material. Alright, as I said up top, our standard is the white is negative, in this case ground.
Gotcha.
Strip those all the way. Get a nice tight twist.
When you say strip the cable, what is that? Is that involves pulling something off the cable, right?
Yeah, pulling the jacket.
A little jacket. That's made of like Teflon or something, right?
That is probably some kind of polyurethane.
Oh, okay.
I think, pretty sure. Go ahead and tin this. Okay. We always want our clamp to land on the jacket, the full outer jacket. That'll help for longevity's sake. Go ahead and tin these. We'll need the little beeper again.
The little beeper? That's the
Yes.
official name, right?
Yeah, little beeper. Grab our right. Go in there to the positive pin. Alright, so that one's our right. And right goes to ring. And left goes to tip.
So you cut those at different lengths. Is that to remember for you to remember, or is that?
Uh,
or for
so they'll
your
reach
purpose?
their destination.
Okay.
Yes. I'll show you in a minute. I'm used to a lot more desk space. I can guide that one right there. And this one, I turn at a right angle and pull it to there. Now I can flip it over, cut this flush. Solder this side. That'll give us our ground connection to complete our circuit. And for added strength, I like to come back to that ground connection. Even though the solder has gone through, I like to add a little more on the internal, make that an even stronger joint. And there we have it, 3.5.
Nice. So the jack, putting on the jacket's all that's left?
Yep.
Nice.
So I'll let that.
A little hot glue in there?
Yeah. Makes everything kind of stay still.
Just moving around or anything.
And for added security as well, while that glue's still a little warm, go ahead and wrap it with Teflon tape. Now we can screw on the cover. Nice and tight. I'm going to add a bead of glue around the back of this. That's it. There we go. Now I'll clean up this so I can get the tester box to fit on the table.
Yeah, we'll see what we can do to get this tester box to fit.
Let me heat that down. All right, we got lucky, and our dragon logo is right here.
Nice.
So we can slide that on, line it up. And that glue will also make its way in between the jacket and the cover.
Gotcha.
And add some more string relief there as well.
Nice.
Very cool. Okay. Oh. Let's move that out. Okay.
Here's this. I think we know it's going to fit on the camera. Okay, let's see. Let's see if we can get a better. There we go. That'll do, I think.
And there's the hack your headphones.
Nice.
Right
Yeah.
here.
From earlier. Nice.
So this is just an old continuity tester that I have opened up to reuse.
Nice.
And
reduce, reuse, recycle.
yes, this connects to the RCA here, which goes in between the two lines of the amp ends and the headphone ends.
Yeah. This is a box you custom built yourself, right?
Yes.
Nice. The whole thing. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So we have a 1/4 inch here, but we have an adapter in it, so we can go ahead and plug that in. And have our right and our left. So one.
Is that a good sign?
Yes. So we wanted to beep on 1 and nothing else. That's our left positive. Come back to 2. There's our right positive. We want that to beep on nothing else as well. And then down here, this is our ground connection to the 1/4 inch.
Mm-hmm.
And we want that to beep on 3 and 4 up here, because that's the 2 negatives at the top. So I like to do like a little sweep. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Nice.
So the cable has been continuity tested.
Very cool. Thanks for showing us that, Daryl.
Yeah, no problem.
I think the last thing I'd like to show is the cable bag for this Black Dragon cable.
Oh, of course. Yes.
Yeah.
So.
Show us that after you get the tester. Put the tester away if that works.
Yeah.
And then I think we have one more question from Anthony. After you get that cable bag, I'll go ahead and prompt you though.
Okay.
So Anthony's question was, do you recommend certain cables for different types of music? And then he followed that up with, is it more in the headphone that you recommend the sound signature?
It comes down to the actual headphone usually. With the HD800, I would not recommend, and neither does Drew or anyone else, the Silver Dragon. Now, people have done it.
Yeah.
If they have a super, like they want the most analytical sound they can get, and they, they're listening to classical or jazz, and they want to hear every detail.
Every little bit of sibilance or every symbol.
Now,
crispy.
Yeah, and we usually try to tell people that the HD800 is a very extreme example. Now, when it comes to something more like the TH900, which I mentioned earlier, and the Hack Your headphones, that is more flavor based.
Yeah.
I would music flavor based, because TH900 has that little dip in the mids, kind of think of V shape, but it's mostly linear.
Yeah.
I prefer Black Dragon with the TH900, but that's based off of my music, and Drew prefers the Silver Dragon.
Yeah.
That's also based off of his music. So.
Yeah, so it really just comes down to your tastes. So,
Yes.
and that's what we can help you figure out.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for your question, Anthony. So let's look at this this bag here.
Okay. So this is our premium Dragon.
Nice.
So let's try to get that glare out, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, very cool. So it's kind of like a metallic, shimmery.
Yes.
That's very pretty.
We have the new Dragon logo here.
Nice.
And on the back, we have the link to the Extend Your Life about cable care.
Yep. So go make sure you go watch that video right now.
Cable care. How to wrap the cables up and all that kind of stuff.
We had a lot of fun making that video, so we hope you'll give it a watch if you happen to be watching this video.
Yes. And how you know that your cable is treated with care from beginning to end. Every cable, once it's ready to be put in the bag after testing and cleaning and final inspection of heat shrink, overall how the cable looks, it gets Sharpie checked.
Nice.
That's what it is. So this is a premium Black Dragon. It's a headphone cable, and it's 10 foot.
Nice. And that's it.
Yep.
And throw it in the bag, and we're all good to go.
Yep.
Very cool. I think that just about wraps it up for today's episode of Cables and Coffee. Daryl.
Yes. Oh, wait, you want us to hear the...
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. One last thing before we go.
So we're gonna be doing
Here, I'll
this.
just get a little better camera angle.
Yeah.
Let's see. There you go. There's a little ASMR for you.
Yes.
For whatever reason, that's the only thing that we can find. But yeah, thanks a bunch for watching this episode of Cables and Coffee. We just built the Black Dragon premium cable for HD 800, 820s, the 800
800S
series.
yeah.
So yeah, thanks a bunch for watching, and
Thank y'all.
we really appreciate appreciate you tuning in. If you have any questions or ideas for next cables we should build, be sure to drop them down below in the comments. We'd love to hear your ideas. So thanks so much for watching.
Thank you, Ross.
Thank you, Daryl. Bye.